Hi, hello, good morning. You can probably hear the water running in the bath. I've actually been in here since 5 o'clock today. Everything from literally my belly button down is just hurting me. I'm in excruciating pain. And the only thing that really helps is obviously having a bath. When I finally become officially homeless, because at the moment I have been served my Section 21 and I have not got to legally vacate the property as of yet. This will be the one thing that I won't be able to do, is have a bath to help alleviate the pain that I am in. And the pain that I have literally been in now for the past 6 weeks solid has been in my right knee, my lower abdomen, and obviously my female plumbing. I have been under so much stress and pressure into trying to find somewhere new to move to that it has literally financially bankrupted me. And mentally and physically, I'm just so exhausted, not to mention the fact that I'm in constant pain now, because a lot of it I would say is stress related. But because of the amount of stress I've actually been under, it has made my health problems even worse. So at the moment, I'm getting headaches constantly, and they've assured me that they're probably stress headaches. They're not related to having intracranial hypertension. My vision is constantly blurry, and I'm constantly rubbing my eyes because they're really, really itchy. Turn that off now. My knee obviously is hurting because of the amount of pressure that I've been constantly putting on it, running up and down the stairs, having to move boxes, having to try and, take stuff to charity shops and, just basically get rid of my life. And my female plumbing, again, because of my age, they've said it's probably because I'm early stages of menopause, which, it's a woman thing. It's just one of those things I have to learn to live with. But then my bile acid malabsorption has got a hell of a lot worse as well. And again, they're saying that's because of stress and obviously not eating properly, not sleeping properly. And it's all good and well people saying, well, if you know what the problem is, fix it. Well, there is not a cure. There's prevention, but there's no cure. And for the past 9 years, I have managed to just about get into a structure and a routine in order to manage my illnesses and disabilities. And now all of that is being taken away from me and my children again. And I've literally got to start back from square one. So at the moment, my body has kind of gone into a state of shock. And it's saying, oh, for fuck's sake, for 9 years, you've been getting up at, 6 o'clock in the morning or, 7 o'clock in the morning. You've been eating at these times of the day. But over the last 5 to 6 weeks, I've not been able to do that because I've been having to work around when people have been available to support me with my move. I've had to be available to be supportive with, obviously my children and getting them to school and getting them used to all the lifestyle changes that are going to be taking place. And I've had to be available to take things to storage when storage is open. So all of this structure and routine, which is very beneficial for anyone who obviously is suffering from a long-standing illness or disability, is just gone completely out of the window. So this is why I'm saying from about 5 o'clock this morning, all I've done is literally sit in a bath because my knee is so painful and my abdomen is so painful that the only thing that's helping at the moment is the direct heat from the hot water. I've been told avoid painkillers because they're only going to fuck up your digestive system. Use heat pads if possible. But the main thing that's obviously going to help me and to support me in the long run is to not become homeless and to have a structure and the routine that I've had for the past 9 years to restart again as soon as possible. And it's these sort of things that people don't see. Hidden homelessness is around us all the time. And I've said it before and I've said it again. This is not the first time I've been homeless or been threatened with homelessness. The last time I was homeless, I had 4 zero-hour contract jobs, but I never had a roof over my head. I was constantly sofa surfing. I was constantly having to stay with people I didn't really know just to, like, you know, have somewhere to sort of rest my head or take a shower. I was having to rent hotel rooms. I was having to, you know, go to the swimming baths, because back then, 10 years ago, you could go to swimming baths. You didn't have to book everything online. So every morning before I started work, I would go to swimming baths, have a shower, go for a swim for an hour, then get dressed, put my uniform on, go to work. And then the moment I finished work, I'd take my uniform off. If needs be, it would then be cleaned at the laundrette. And then I would literally live on public transport, or if I could afford a room for the evening, go and stay in a room for the evening until it was time for me to go to my next shift with my next job. And I literally did that for about 18 months. This is the first time in 10 years that I've been made homeless, or, you know, become part of the hidden homelessness. I mean, technically, I would always class myself as hidden homeless because I've never owned the property that I'm renting. So this is a rental. And the only way I can afford it is by help and support from the government. Because again, the cost of renting in the private renting sector at the moment is so expensive that it doesn't matter how many jobs you've got. It doesn't matter how many hours you work. The majority of your money is going on paying to keep a roof over your head. And that is it. It's not paying to go on holiday. It's not paying even for a car or, you know, for food or clothing. It is literally, the moment it hits most people's bank accounts, it's going on keeping a roof over your head. And at the moment, even in the town I currently live in, if I could afford to move, I would have. But the first thing they're saying to me is, we don't care that you can afford this property based on the benefits you're on or the hours you're working. Unless you can prove without fail that you are earning $3,000 a month, every month, you cannot rent a property in the private housing sector. I no longer have a guarantor either, because again, they're saying you need a guarantor that is earning over £35,000 a year. And I'm sorry to say it, I do not know anyone in their 40s or over, or even younger than 40s, who is earning that kind of money. I mean, if anyone knows somebody that is, please share it in the comments. But the average person working in the UK today is lucky if they are earning just above national minimum wage. The majority of people, it doesn't even matter what profession you're in. My sister works for the NHS, and even she is only on national minimum wage. Okay, she's not a doctor, she's not a surgeon, she's not a nurse, but she is still only on national minimum wage working for the NHS. And if organisations like that are saying, oh, you know what, work for us, but we're only literally going to pay you national minimum wage, what does that really say about society and the way it's gone? You know, I'm literally waiting for the time when the government turn around and say, we're bringing back the workhouses. And I can seriously say that I can pretty much see that happening in my lifetime if I am lucky enough to even reach retirement. So please stay safe, stay well, take care of you, take care of your loved ones, take care of others if you can. But the rule that I've always stood by is, if you can't take care of yourself, how are you able to take care of anyone else? And at this moment in time, I have literally only managed to walk up a flight of stairs, sit in a bath, and try and push through the pain of my health problems that have currently escalated due to added stress, because I am finally, in the next couple of weeks, going to be classed as officially homeless under the guidelines of my local council. And even then, they still have no legal obligation, is what they're apparently telling me, to support me with having no fixed abode or even having temporary accommodation for me and my children, which, you know, I think is absolutely disgusting. You know, when we're supposed to be in a country that's not classed as third world, and yet everywhere you walk, every street you walk down, every town, village, city that you visit, there is so much dilapidation. There are so many shops closed. There is such clear indication of deprivation in every area of this country at the moment. And you've just got to ask yourself, why? Why does this keep happening? And what could potentially be done to prevent it? So take care and enjoy your day.